Is this all a game? Have you ever played a really immersive video game? You know the ones where the graphics are so real and the story sucks you in, you forget, just for a moment, that it's not actually happening. Now imagine a game so advanced, so real, that you couldn't tell it apart from actual reality. That's the mind-bending idea behind simulation theory. It proposes that our universe and everything in it might just be a sophisticated computer program. Far-fetched? Maybe. Impossible? Not necessarily. Think about how far technology has come in just a few decades. We've gone from clunky computers to virtual reality that can almost fool our senses. If technology keeps advancing at this pace, who's to say what's possible in the future? Could a civilization far more advanced than ours create a simulation so real it would be indistinguishable from reality itself? It's a question that has puzzled philosophers and scientists for centuries. The idea of our reality being an illusion isn't new. It's been around for centuries, pondered by thinkers across different cultures. But the advent of computers and simulations has given this ancient question a modern and perhaps even more unsettling twist. After all, if we are living in a simulation, what does that mean for our understanding of ourselves, our purpose, and the nature of existence itself? The idea that what we perceive as reality might be an illusion is not new. Way back in ancient Greece, the philosopher Plato explored this very concept with his famous allegory of the cave. Imagine prisoners chained in a cave, their whole lives seeing only shadows projected on the wall. They mistake these shadows for reality. One prisoner escapes and sees the outside world, the sun, the real objects casting the shadows. He returns to tell the others, but they don't believe him. They cling to the only reality they've ever known. Plato's allegory is a powerful metaphor. It suggests that our senses can be fooled, and what we perceive as reality might be a pale imitation of a deeper, truer reality. This idea has resonated throughout history. Different cultures and philosophical traditions have grappled with the question of true reality. Hinduism, for instance, talks about Maya, the veil of illusion that hides the true nature of reality. These ancient musings might seem abstract, but they lay the groundwork for the more modern, technologically driven versions of the simulation hypothesis. The core question remains the same. How do we know what's real? Fast forward to the present day, and the idea of simulated realities is firmly embedded in popular culture. Films like The Matrix brought the concept to the masses, depicting a world where humans live unknowingly in a computer simulation controlled by sentient machines. The film's iconic red pill, blue pill dilemma, choose to see the truth, however unsettling, or remain blissfully ignorant, has become a cultural touchstone. But the simulation hypothesis is not just the stuff of science fiction. Philosophers like Nick Bostrom have explored the idea with rigorous intellectual scrutiny. Bostrom's simulation argument, published in 2003, argues that it's highly probable that we are living in a simulation. He bases this on a few key assumptions: that it's possible to simulate consciousness, that advanced civilizations would be interested in running such simulations, and that we are likely to be in a simulation rather than being the ones creating it. Bostrom's argument, while complex, has sparked widespread debate and discussion. It has forced us to confront the unsettling possibility that our reality might be far stranger than we ever imagined. So, is there any evidence to support the simulation hypothesis? Some people point to what they call glitches in the Matrix, strange coincidences, déjà vu experiences, or inexplicable events, as possible hints that our reality is not quite what it seems. Others argue that the very laws of physics, with their elegant mathematical underpinnings, suggest a universe designed with code. However, it's important to note that these are just speculations. There's no concrete scientific evidence to prove or disprove the simulation hypothesis. Many of the proposed glitches have perfectly rational explanations, and even if the universe operates on mathematical principles, that doesn't necessarily mean it was created by a programmer. The debate about the simulation hypothesis often boils down to a matter of belief. Some find the idea compelling, even comforting. Others dismiss it as an intriguing but ultimately unverifiable thought experiment. Let's say for a moment that we are living in a simulation. It begs the question, who are the architects of this grand illusion? Are they benevolent overseers, curious observers, or something else entirely? Some speculate that we ourselves might be the players, our consciousnesses inhabiting digital avatars in a vast, complex game. This line of thinking opens up a Pandora's box of possibilities. If our actions are just lines of code, does free will even exist? Are our choices predetermined? And what happens when we reach the end of the simulation? The idea that our reality is a simulation can be both exhilarating and terrifying. On the one hand, it challenges our most fundamental assumptions about the nature of existence. It suggests that we might be part of something much bigger, more complex, and more mysterious than we can possibly imagine. On the other hand, it can feel deeply unsettling. If our experiences aren't real, does anything really matter? Ultimately, the simulation hypothesis forces us to confront some of life's biggest questions. What is reality? What is consciousness? What is the meaning of our existence? These are questions that philosophers and theologians have grappled with for millennia. The simulation hypothesis simply adds a technological twist to these age-old inquiries. Whether or not we're living in a simulation is a question that might never have a definitive answer. And perhaps that's okay. The beauty of such a profound mystery is that it keeps us guessing, keeps us exploring, keeps us pushing the boundaries of our understanding. It reminds us that the universe is full of wonders, both real and imagined, and that the pursuit of knowledge is an endlessly fascinating journey. So the next time you find yourself marveling at a sunset, laughing with loved ones, or simply lost in thought, take a moment to appreciate the sheer wonder of existence. Whether it's a simulation or not, it's a pretty amazing ride.